There's the closing bell on Wall Street, and now it is market domination overtime, sponsored by Tasty Trade. We're joined by Jared Glickery to get you up to speed on the action from today's session. Let's start with the major averages here. The Dow falling again today, down 267 points, about 0.6%. This is the ninth straight session that we are seeing that index lower here, and it really has been a big bifurcation with what we've seen from the NASDAQ, but not today. The NASDAQ's down 2 today. It's off by 1/3%, so only down half as much as the Dow, but even so, bringing to a bit of a halt its recent surge. The S&P 500 down about 0.4%, and we continue to see the equal weight underperform. So on a relative basis, we continue to see large cap tech do better, or at least the largest of the large cap companies do better. So we see this equal weight underperformance. And Jared, maybe you can tell me this. Are we still seeing decliners outpacing advancers, something that we've been seeing very frequently here, I think every single trading day thus far in December?
Yes, I believe that is the case again today. And while I have the S&P 500 equal weight index behind me that you just left up there, I would add that this is, I believe, the 11th of the last 12 days that it has been down. And so, you add to that the Dow streak of being down 9 days. And there are some other streaks that are really interesting. I'm going to dig into this with Josh in about 30 minutes. Materials is down 12 days. Value itself, the ETF, VLUE, is down 12 days. So something's going on here. And we got a few clues from the B of A Global Fund Manager Survey. All ties together here. That's in 30 minutes. But first, let's go to the sector action. Consumer discretionary up 1/3% today. That was a sole bright spot, and I believe we can thank Tesla for that. Industrials was down the biggest amount by about 0.9%. Communication services, energy, financials all down more than 0.7%. And here's the NASDAQ. And indeed, Tesla up. That should be another record high. And let's just graph chart the year to date, 93%. So Tesla flying high, but not necessarily everything else. Broadcom taking a back seat after just surging incredibly for the last few days. And let's just pull up a 3-day chart of Broadcom. You can see up 33% over the last 10 days, 43%. So that stock has just been on a tear. But for the most part, the mega caps, besides Tesla, not doing a whole lot. Apple up 1%. Amazon down less than 1%, so is Meta. Nvidia down 1.2%. When we look at the leaders, we get another clue as to what's going on here. Regional banks down 2%. SOX, that's a chip ETF, that's down 1.4%. Looks like Korean stocks, momentum, home builders, those are flagging a bit. So there's some suggestions that interest rates might be at play here.